Hello, seniors. It's Mr. Newcomb, and today is advisory. Our focus for advisory today is dealing with financial wellness. Before we get to that, I want you to make you aware of some deadlines that are coming up. Senior awards, that ceremony will be May 21st. You may have received in class or in the mail a letter informing you that you are going to get some type of acknowledgement, and so just be aware that it will be May 21st. Last day for you here at Park High is June 2nd, and so on that day you'll turn in your iPad. You also pick up your cap and gown and do the rehearsal. With graduation, you probably know that there has been an update with some of the easing of restrictions. And so for graduation, there'll be one ceremony. It'll be June 6th at Wolfpack Stadium, and it's at 2 p.m. So make those adjustments there. Just also, though, be aware that if weather does become an issue, then that will change what that day looks like. If you haven't paid your graduation fees, let's get on that. Your fees are $30. If for some reason you're having some difficulties with it, always reach out to Lynn Diamond in the front office to see what kind of arrangements that can be made there. So again, for today, our task is dealing with wellness, and this is lesson number 8, financial wellness. So with financial wellness, before we get to that, one more thing. If you find yourself needing to get some credits, last minute credits, hopefully you have already been approached with that. But if for some reason you have to do summer credit recovery, those are the days and those are the sessions in which it'll occur. First session looks like it's in person, second session's virtual. But again, if you are having any difficulties with your credits, hopefully you have already reached out to a counselor, or a counselor has reached out to you as well. All right. Okay, so now with the financial wellness lesson here, our goal here is for you to understand that there are different ways to be financially well. All right, and so what is financial wellness? Well, financial wellness is having financial security and financial freedom of choice in the present and in the future, effectively managing your economic life. It is a 24/7 operation. All right, got a little quick video here, and so let's watch this video.
Financial literacy could possibly be the most beneficial subject taught to a high school student. In a survey conducted by the National Financial Educators Council, young adults aged 18 to 24 were asked what high school level course would benefit your life the most. More than 50% answered money management over the 4 core subjects. Investopedia.com defines financial literacy as the education and understanding of various financial areas, the ability to manage personal finance matters in an efficient manner, the knowledge of making appropriate decisions about personal finance. Americans have endured a number of financial crises and recessions over the past years. Some of the simplest mistakes can cause a person to have a lifetime of financial problems. Some critics say a lack of education that teens and college students receive about personal finance is a major factor behind the debt levels that are piling up among this age group. Many college professors and credit counselors say they're surprised at how little many young people understand about the terms of loans and credit card agreements and repercussions of piling up so much debt. Going to college can be very expensive for the majority of us. Getting a loan is the only option most students have to pay for their education. If a person isn't knowledgeable about what loan to choose, it can be detrimental to their debt total. The 2 loans mainly used for college is subsidized and a government unsubsidized loan. One accrues interest as soon as the loan is approved. The government pays the interest on the other until the person either graduates or decides to leave school.
Wow.
Saving for retirement is becoming obsolete, along with the diminishing Social Security account. The Social Security Board of Trustees reported that by 2033, its trust fund may be depleted, meaning it will most likely be used as safety for basic survival. Walter Updegrave, editor of Real Deal Retirement, highlights that almost half of workers had saved less than $50,000 for retirement, and 15% had not saved a penny. What does this mean for that maybe 65%? The reality of these statistics is that in their senior years, they will most likely struggle financially or depend solely on family member support. With the increase in online shopping, for many young shoppers, using cash is rare, allowing young people to become more prone to using credit cards for expenses, making it easier for them to accumulate debt at a faster rate. Majority of these consumers have very little understanding of how credit works and the potential effect wrong decisions can have on their financial well-being for many years. How do we plan to correct these problems and prevent them from reoccurring? Young adults must be taught to be more frugal, buy more needs and less wants, and to use cash as much as possible. Learn to spend less and become educated about credit cards in general. Payout rates and percentages. Credit is a lot of responsibility for an 18-year-old to have. According to the 2016 survey of the states, currently in the U.S., there are only 17 states that require a high school course in personal finance. A study for Discover found noticeable results. High school seniors who had taken a personal finance course compared to those who hadn't were more likely to save money, 93% compared to 84%. Have a budget, 60% compared to 40%. And invest, 32% compared to 17%. If young adults are to become financial literate, they must learn to analyze and compare the costs and benefits of goods and services, develop skills to set goals, and use budgeting as a tool to manage money. Learn the benefits of saving money, investing, and making smart financial decisions. Learn how to use bank services to achieve a long-term financial plan, understand loan interest, credit rating, and how debt can impact life goals.
It's ticking, so stay. All you have to do is wait a second.
All right. So with that, ways to be financially well. Keep your spending within your means. Don't spend more than you can afford. And so the old phrase, got to live within my means. It does speak volumes in that, just be careful, like understanding your needs versus wants. That's a big part here of financial wellness, is understanding this is what I need to do. This is what my needs are versus what I want. You can get some of those wants, but it's got to be within reason. Be financially prepared for emergencies, and we always talk about a rainy day fund, and create a budget. And know that budget does at times need to get revisited and to be adjusted. Now, for you, your budget might be a little bit different than what yourself might be in 10 years from now, but getting in that habit of creating a budget is a good thing. Now, keep spending within your means. Don't spend more than you make. That's an important idea. Try to use cash instead of credit cards, and I know that is very difficult, especially as we are beginning to move out of the pandemic, and there are many businesses that didn't want us to use our cash, instead use a debit card or a credit card, just because of the worried about the transmission of viruses and bacteria and all that stuff. So, but understanding the idea is use cash instead of credit. The thought is, I have $100 in cash. Once I spend it, then I stop and I wait till payday happens again, and give myself another allowance of $100 or whatever it might be. Research items that you purchase. Take the time to do that. You may actually find that that same item can be found at different places for a reduction of what that cost is at the place that you think you were going to buy it from. Understand credit card payments and interest payments with that. Always pay attention to what the interest rate is per month for that credit card, and know that it can change based on how well you are using that credit card. You could see that your interest rate goes down based on your credit history. So be financially prepared for emergencies. Murphy's Law is what can go wrong will go wrong. Emergencies by their nature are unpredictable, but they can definitely derail your financial stability. A sudden illness or accident, unexpected job loss, all those things can really throw things for a loop here. And so while the size of your emergency fund will vary depending on your lifestyle, monthly costs, income, and dependence, the rule of thumb is put away at least 3 to 6 months worth of expenses. And I know that seems like it's a lot, But if you can try to get close to that, that'd be, fantastic. So for budgeting here, here are just some general guidelines. Select a tool to track your income and expenses, and your bank might have some of those tools. And of course, there are a number of online tools out there for budgeting. Just got to be careful with those. There might be some hidden fees, or you might get blitzed with a lot of emails as a result of it. Select the time period, weekly, monthly, that type, for your budget. Is this what I'm going to spend for a week, or is this what I'm going to spend for a month? Depending on how you want to create your budget. Create a custom budget, estimate your income, categorize your expenses, budget amount for each category, and do that. And that way you can see where your money is going. And then you can review and balance your budget, change your budget based as you look at that tracking of your income. Do that for a little while, and you'll be amazed at where you see your money is being spent. So understanding needs versus wants. Needs are things that are necessary in your life, such as food, clothing, and shelter. And wants are things you don't have to have. They're things that you would like to have or do, like have a larger TV, new cell phone, concert tickets. I know my family, they kind of make fun of me, and my colleagues, they make fun of me. I have an older iPhone, and my thought is, it still works. And so since it still works, keeps its charge, I don't need to replace it yet. But I know at some point I'm going to eventually need to do that. All right. Spending tips. If you're not sure whether you should buy something or not, wait a day or two to see how you feel. All right. So again, avoid those little splurges. I know one splurge that I always seem to do is, I'm checking out at, whether it's at Holiday or at the grocery store. If I see peanut M&Ms or Reese's peanut butter cups, I'm going to grab them. So I do have a little splurge moment. I don't wait, but still, those big purchases, if you got some hesitation with it, let it play out for a little bit. And again, do the research. Read customer reviews. They are there for a reason. And do the comparison shopping. You might find out you're going to save some money that way. All right. So that is our lesson for today. Think about your financial wellness.